Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Never Open Podcast, the podcast open to everyone, especially Ed Harris. Yeah, that's right, Ed Harris. My name is Luke. I'm your host of the Never Open Podcast, and with me today is Mr. Andy. Say hello, Mr. Andy.
Hello, Mr. Andy, and hello, Luke, and goodbye to Ed Harris. He's gonna get killed. He's on the new Yellowstone show. He's gonna get killed, right? I mean,
Well, he's like too famous for
Or
me
is- you
to
think
be on that
he's-
show, and he's too nice.
so
that
he's gonna
means,
be
like-
involved in killing.
Yeah.
He's gonna cover up a murder for sure. It's one or
Yeah.
the other. Maybe some blackmail. We'll see what happens. But Luke, my leg's fucked. Your leg's fucked. Everybody's legs are fucked. It's Best of Super Juniors 33, and we're back to talk about it. The first half.
Oh yeah, yes, we definitely are. And before we do that, there are ways that people can contact and interact with us if they wish to. We're on the Blue Sky. I am LS-J. Mr. Guy is at Drews for Tweets. Collectively, we are at Never Open Pod. If you want to send us a written voice email, you can do that too. neveropenpod@gmail.com. Also, if you've got any of that Sasha Banks money, kick it our way. We have a Teespring store where you can buy merch that'll make you look never as fuck. You can see me surprisingly crush this intro on YouTube. We're on YouTube, Never Open Podcast. Like, share, subscribe, all that kind of stuff. Hello.
Did you crush it? I wasn't paying attention.
Never was anybody else listening. Never gone like, talk about the best of the Super Juniors. Fast forward 10 seconds.
We're gonna do it, you know. Luke, I have to ask you, what do you think of Best of Super Juniors 33 so far?
I think it's a lot of fun. I mean, I'm enjoying myself. So, you know, it's good. Some of the booking has me kind of head scratchy a little bit because it's obviously not going the way I want it to.
Every year,
But,
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, which happens every year. But some of the booking has gone the way I want it to, and I'm like, yay! But I've learned to kind of chill because I'll look at this and I'll be like, oh, my guy's only got like such and such amount of points, and I always do this. I do this every time because the second half of the tournament is when like people will, you know, some people are growers, not showers, you know, and they're gonna have that second half spurt, and all these people that are at the top are probably going to be closer to the middle or middle bottom by the time the tournament's over, you know. So I just gotta breathe.
Well, T-Town's not going to win another match, so don't worry. You know what I mean? Like he's going to win. They do this every year. You know, he gets to the final, you know, close to the finals and loses, and I really hope I'm right. You know, but man, those like Japanese fans love Teton, and I don't understand it. Yeah. So who are your guys? You said your guys don't have any points. Who are these guys you speak?
Well, I wouldn't say that I don't have any points. It's just, you know, I see that Teton has fucking 10 points, and I'm just like,
Diaz.
There's an Akira right there. Or a Robbie Eagles or a Robbie X, and they're doing quite well with their matches and stuff. I mean, Robbie Eagles is on 4 points, and I'm just like, okay, mind you, that's a low scoring bracket B block anyway, so it's fine. Just breathe, Luke. Just breathe. Kushida, who I think is having one of the fucking most fun, awesome matches of the whole tournament, is on 2. New Japan, forgive him, please.
We're going to go through every wrestler and tell her how many points they have. So maybe we should go ahead and start with that. I was just kind of asking. You mentioned some guys that you're happy, or you know, that you're rooting for that don't have as many points. That would be Robbie Eagles and Akira. Who else? Anybody else?
Oh, no, I think it's Kushida, big time.
Okay.
Like I know they're never gonna have him win ever again, anything ever for some reason. But fuck me, his match quality is so just fantastic. It bums me out.
Yeah, I mean, he always brings something special, you know, to every match, and I like that about Kushida. And he's a valuable wrestler because of that. And he seems to be perfectly happy with his role. So, I mean, unfortunately, we are not happy with his role, and we want it to be a little bit more. So,
Yeah, it's always good when, because we don't really see him that much throughout the whole year, and then Best of Super Juniors rolls around, and you're just like, oh yeah, it's Kushida season, baby,
it
and
is.
yeah.
It's Kushida season. It's various other people's season. Luke, let's start with A block. And who's the first wrestler at the top of the list there?
It's your favorite guy. It's Teton, who
Well, yeah,
is
he's got the most points.
yeah.
That's for sure. I was just talking about the top of the list. There's a list of wrestlers on the A block, and the very top one is Ryusuke
Oh,
Taguchi with 6 points. So, how has Taguchi's tournament been so far?
I've really liked his tournament. There's been just one kind of thing that I've just been like, ah, you poor guy, because that would have been really cool. And this tournament, it's him equaling Jushin Thunder Liger, right? But
Is it? Okay.
in terms of how many matches he's won in cumulatively in all the Best of Super Juniors and things like that,
Okay.
and he'd gotten just one shy of the record, and then he gets to the match that will potentially equal that record, and Valiente Jr. gets injured in the first couple minutes, and boom, he's equaled the record with.
I did not listen to English commentary except for night one when Gino was there for some reason, and that was awesome. So I didn't catch a lot of this context, but that's wild that happened in that match. The Valiente guy just came right back though, so I wonder. I don't know. That was a weird night of Best of Super Juniors because of that.
Yeah. And we've lost Doki from the tournament. I like how they've put a story spin on it, which makes me feel like, all right, he's not as fucked as he was the last time he got injured, but they need to check on it and just make sure, and they can easily write it out and to say, I'm the champion. What do I need to be in this stupid tournament for? All right, okay, fine. And then Valiente gets injured. We'll talk about him later. But Taguchi has been an absolute blast. He's even adding little stipulations and agreeing to them in some of his matches as well. So he lost a match against Koso Fujita, and now he has to, for 69 days, he'll have to have his hair in a center part like this, and he'll do it too. He'll do it. He's got no shame, which is one of the things I love about Mr. Taguchi. So I think he's been great. He's got that usual mix he's had the last few years of, I can do the big match stuff and I can just dial it down and do the fun stuff. So, and he's often, for A block at least, he's often in that 2 to 3 minute match card spot, like this match is over pretty quick. What do you think of Taguchi?
He's always good. He does this new thing. It's not new, but he's been doing it for like 6 months, where he has this little, stuffed person of him with glasses on, and he puts it into his pants and like kind of presents it while stretching his pants out like it's a giant cock, and it's pretty funny, and everybody loves it. I loved his match versus Fujita. That was a blast. He, like, we'll talk a lot about Fujita here soon, but I also really liked his match versus Master Wato, and he beat Master Wato, which is like, come on, man. Like, why? But I like that. That was fun. Taguchi's always good, and he's got 6 points, so that means he's not winning anymore either. So he's done winning.
No. So I can't remember if that match against Valiente Jr. equaled the record or beat the record. I think it's equal to it. So yeah. So he'll either win one more in a spoiler kind of match, or that's about it. So yeah. I mean, he's already wrestled Daiki Nagai, so
right.
yeah,
That was good too. You
Yeah.
know, we'll talk more about him in a minute. But what did you think of Master Wato's tournament so far? He has 8 points. He's a threat.
He's a big threat, and you wouldn't know it listening to English. English commentary is doing the exact same story for Master Wato that they did the year that he won. And it's lulled me into a false sense of security for just for a little bit. But then I'm just like, when as soon as I realized, like, wait, you've done this story already. I've just ignored them and just watched him, and it's that kind of thing where he's he's too nice. He's too nice. He doesn't have that killer instinct. And then I see him win. He's on 8 fucking points, and I'm like, all right, so they're trying to make us feel like he's down here in terms of points, but really he's up here or something like that.
Yeah, I don't.
I have absolutely loved Master Wato in this tournament. He has had some freaking amazing matches. Two I want to highlight the most with Wato were against. I mean, the Titan match is great.
It was.
I really liked that. The fucking wow! I said two, but I lied. I lied because I really liked the Akira match as well. But the two I really want to highlight the most, his matches against Robbie X and Kosei Fujita. I thought they were absolutely outstanding.
Yeah, man. In particular, the Fujita match, because they beat the fuck out of each other, and Master Wado went in there and just beat Fujita's ass, and it wasn't like there was no joking around. He had his meme face on, and he was not fucking around, and he won. And they had a German suplex battle and stuff that was like a high angle bridging German suplex battle. I love that. Fujita is like the best wrestler in the tournament right now, in my opinion. But Robbie X, right behind him, man, right behind him. Those two we'll talk about more. I need to quit saying that, but Master Wado is like a different wrestler, and he looks older now in a way that's good. He doesn't have that baby face as much anymore. His match versus Valiente Jr. was trash. That was not good.
I think it's Valiente. I don't think he's that good.
I am not a fan, really. He had a good match with Teton. I guess let's talk about Valiente Jr. next. Luke, he has 4 points. He's only beaten Daiki Nagai and Jun Kasai, which is fucking weird. But what do you think about Valiente Jr. so far?
I feel really bad for him. All right, so he gets injured in his first match. He's supposed to have an early match with Jun Kasai, which can't happen because Jun Kasai's got bookings and shit. So they had to kind of work it in at a later show. They did, but then he finally gets to have his first match or something like that. It's against Taguchi. And I'm like, Taguchi's a steady hand, man. Like, you're going to be fine, Valiente. And he's injured in 5 seconds from an atomic drop spot. And apparently he had to have his like leg drained and things like that. So I was like, ew. So a part of it for me feels like to me is he kind of being a bit more cautious because of what had happened early on in the tournament, and he's got to do the whole thing, or is he actually this good all the time? Because I remember us ragging on Drilla Maloney, us, and then we finally realized, wait a minute, he wrestled that tournament injured, and he hasn't been like that stanky, I guess, since then. So yeah, it's
not enjoying him yet as a wrestler. I think his match versus Teton was great because they both were like, hey, let's show these people lucha, and they did lucha, and it was lucha, and it was good with a little New Japan flair in there, and I thought that was good. But yeah, I'm not really a fan of his wrestling so far. I thought his match versus Jun Kasai was very bad. And they basically decided not to do anything in that match. Pretty much, they decided Jun Kasai built a giant like structure out of chairs and then put Valiente Jr. on a cart and ran him into it like he was bowling. That's and right. that was the big spot of the match, and the crowd loved it, but it was it's dog shit. I'm sorry. So
That's a house show kind of spot rather than a badass looking live show spot, isn't it?
right,
Yeah.
as it's best the Super Juniors, guys. What are we doing? But it is what it is. I'm not a huge luchador fan anyway, which leads to our next wrestler, Teton. He has DS points. He has only lost one match, Luke, and that was to Robbie X, and that match was fucking great. What do you think of Teton and his tournaments so far?
He's a wrestler that I think is really good, except I always want him to lose.
Yeah.
Like I've had these kind of guys before. Man, that guy's really good in the ring. Oh, fucking knock it off. Go away. Stop winning. Yeah, so that's kind of how I feel about him. He's already bumped off two former Best of Super Junior winners in Vegeta and Wato. So, oh no, he hasn't wrestled Vegeta yet, but he's bumped off Wato, Taguchi, Valiente. Yes, cool. Nagai, yeah. I liked the Kasai match a lot, though. I have to admit.
Yeah.
Because you see T10, he's got these pretty dope like scars on his chest. Like he's a guy that's been through some pain. You assume, all right, he might be able to have some fun with Jun Kasai, and yeah, he absolutely was. So I think that whilst he's had better wrestled matches, like the one with Wato is fucking tremendous. I think the most fun I've had with him this tournament is with Jun Kasai.
Yeah. His match versus Valiente was good. His match versus Nick. Oh, he hasn't wrestled him yet. Never mind.
No.
I was thinking of somebody else. But we'll get to Nick soon. It looks like Akira Fujita and Nick will probably beat Teton, and hopefully they'll beat him so badly he'll never return to New Japan ever again. Because he is sure as a guy. Luke, another guy that we could put in the MVP of Best of Super Juniors 3 category is Robbie X. He's crushing it. Tell me all about Robbie X and his 6 points.
I think he's crushed it even more than last year. Last year, if you guys remember, he's a late addition to the Best of the Super Juniors. He's brought in as a replacement, and that's not a lot of prep, like. Holy fuck, get a plane, go over there. Oh my God, I'm doing the tournament. Now, he was good, but now this tournament, he's known for ages, he's going to be in it. Last year, if he was good last year, he's absolutely amazing this year. And he's having like a career-defining kind of run here. He's having this kind of run where he's like, all right, I'm in New Japan. There's a lot of international eyes on me. I'm going to make the most of it. Holy shit. I loved his Wato match. I'm going to mention Wato a lot, actually, because fuck you, commentary. That motherfucker has been tremendous, Mr. Wato. I know we've spoken about him already, but I'm going to keep doing it. But yeah. Robbie X and Wato, amazing. Robbie X and T10. Oh, my goodness.
That's really good.
Robbie X, Vegeta. Holy jumping shitballs. Oh, my God.
That's the best match we've seen so far, I think. That match was unbelievable. Unbelievably good.
Yeah, dude. And they've got the tag team history as well, so that just adds to it. Like, yeah, it's fucking tremendous. Oh, I love this Akira match. Dude, some of those reversals were just nuts. Yeah, and his tournament starts rocky because his first match is against Nick Wayne, and Nick Wayne blasts him in the fucking face, and he's got a black eye, and you're never quite sure how much is going to swell up or how much the eye is going to be like an impediment and all that kind of stuff. And no, man, he's fine. He's a fucking badass, Robbie X, isn't he?
Yeah, I think he's got this problem, right? And listen, I'm not trying to judge him. I'm just saying this is how I see it, is that he's got a look problem, right? Like he doesn't have the look. And that's like probably why he doesn't have a big contract. But
he looks like a Sontaran from Doctor Who.
Yes, exactly like those guys. I think like a guy like that has to overcome that. Every wrestler has weaknesses they have to overcome. Like Nick Wayne, his cartoonish selling is terrible, so he needs to overcome that because good God, it's terrible. But Robbie X just has a look problem, right? And so, like this tournament, he's starting to overcome that in the eyes of the world. Like you had Will Ospreay tweeting about this, and people like really looking at that match versus Fujita. And that's good, and he's getting some big eyes on him all over the world, and I really hope that he can overcome that, because I feel like that's a problem for him, is his look. And I really wish that he would just join United Empire and get it over with, because that's where he should be. Imagine him teaming with Akira, being shitheads. I mean, god damn,
Yes.
that would be way better than fucking Bag. Unfortunately, we'll talk about him, but like Robbie X is like you said, this is career defining shit that he's putting together here, and I hope he makes a ton of money off this, whether it's in New Japan or wherever it is. Because when he got kicked in the face by Nick Wayne, there were two spots that I think he got stiffed on. One was just a super kick where he was kind of walking into the corner, and Nick Wayne hits a super kick, and it's like it looked pretty rough, but couldn't tell from the camera angle. And then at a spot where Robbie X is doing his flippy doos, and Nick Wayne's going to kick him out of the air, and Nick Wayne just kicked him right in the fucking face. So I think he got kicked twice. And it was like that match was really good, but I couldn't help but get very angry about that. It really made me mad, because I just know that Robbie X is like the guy that, like, last year he fucking stabbed himself on the fucking scaffolding on accident, selling someone else's move. And like shit like that. He's a guy that will, do whatever it takes to make the match great. And Nick Wayne, to me, and maybe this is just character, but he seems like a guy who's like born with a silver spoon in his mouth type of guy, So, I don't know. I love that matchup though. And the fact that, like, I don't know, that's actually a pretty good story. Nick Wayne kicking him in the face, clearly wasn't planned, but at the same time, that's a pretty good story. And that makes Robbie look good. It makes Nick Wayne look like an asshole. So I kind of like that.
Yeah. Dude, I'm it wasn't until you mentioned the look problem, I was just like, yeah, I can absolutely see that. And I apologize, Robbie, you don't look like a Centauran, but yeah. Anyway, Centaurans are short, potato-looking dudes, and so yeah. But next we have Kosei Fujita, and dude, 23? Nah, that's fucking bullshit. You're a fucking 40-year-old veteran trapped in a 23-year-old's body like, I am not surprised he is this good, because he's in a faction with Robbie Eagles and Zack Sabre Bloody Jr. And when you've got those two absolute pros, like, tagging with you and helping you out and stuff like that, dude, I don't care if he looks like this young punk who doesn't give a shit. Like, he's paying attention. This is the kid who's paying attention. He's got it, man. There's going to be a time where I'm sick of him because he's won 3 Best of Super Juniors in a row or something like that. Yeah, dude. He's in New Japan. You're looking for your next the guy in your junior division. He's right there. He's right there, dude. He might not have the highest score. He's somewhere in the middle at 6, but all of his matches have had either this really cool fun factor, or they've had this absolute badass assery. And the fun factor I'm talking about, Taguchi.
Yeah, that was fun.
Winner of this match, loser of this match changes their hairstyle, and Taguchi's of course going to be like, yeah, all right. And hey, you never know. Taguchi is always a threat, even if he's in that kind of dad role. He beat Water, for Christ's sakes. It's good, So hey, and I'll believe it every time I see that goofball pull out a victory. It's freaking Taguchi. So it could have gone either way, but I'm like, nah. Fujita's hair's too cool. Taguchi's so losing this, and I'm glad he did, because now he gets to be a dork. And he's in the nerd team anyway, so and Vegeta's like, they only have to change their hairstyle this way for the next 69 days anyway. So, and yeah, so I really like that. I see everyone's just pointing at the Robbie X match, the Robbie X match, the Robbie X match. Yeah, it's fucking awesome. For me, just as awesome as that match. Maybe it's just no. I've been calling him a dork for quite a while now, so this is me being like, holy shit, Wato's fucking showed up for a tournament and he's crushing it. I loved Vegeta versus Wato. I fucking
Yeah.
loved it. It was amazing. Uh, I mean, Vegeta Robbie X, that's kind of wrestling art with the juniors. I think people have already called it the new Osprey versus Prince Puma. The Akira match is really cool. And yeah, he had a great freaking match. I'm not shitting on Kasai, but Kasai Vegeta, and he went for it with Kasai, and he took some gnarly kind of bumps as well. So yeah, Vegeta's fearless.
He's putting everybody over too. When like
Yeah,
you beat Vegeta, it's like you beat him and it's definitive and it was awesome and he puts guys over. The psychology he's using in matches is just top-notch New Japan Pro Wrestling psychology. He is my favorite wrestler in this tournament so far. I love everything he's
he's
doing.
a top guy.
And like, yeah, and he's main eventing a lot of the shows that he's on, which is awesome because he is up to it. And every time they put him in that main event spot, that's when he turns it the fuck on. You know what I mean? I mean, he's doing it otherwise, but I mean, that's when he's like, I know what I have to do, and he does it. And I think that other wrestlers are benefiting quite a bit from his generosity and his ability to make other people look awesome. And
He's an
that's a
elevator for sure. Yeah,
he's got it, man. And I knew he had it last year, but I mean this is a whole other thing here. I have referred to him as the Shingo of the juniors because that's what he's doing. Is he's doing the thing that Shingo does where he just cannot have a bad match and everything he does is awesome. And that's kind of where he's at right now in my mind. What about Francesco Akira with 6 points? That fucking shithead. He's I really like his tournament so far. The Master Wato match was great. He had a pretty decent match with Valiente. It
yeah.
wasn't terrible. But the Robbie X match was fucking out of this world, and his Fujita match was fantastic. I love that. He gave Daiki Nagai so much. Like a lot of guys have been beating Daiki Nagai pretty quick. They let him get the big shine because he does a Kanemaru Gambit pretty much on every match. And so, but it's the young lion one where he just like drop kicks a dude out of the air because he's like, fuck you, this is my only chance to win. And Akira, like most guys, weather that storm and then just beat him. And but Akira had a whole match with him, and they did all the spots, they did the whole thing, and it was
Grab
it was
danger,
really good.
everything.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I really like that a lot. And I think Akira had a pretty good match with Nick Wah.
yeah. I agree. I'm a little frustrated. I guess I want him to be higher, and there's plenty of time for that to happen. All right, we're trying to establish the empire here, and he's their top junior. Now I'm not. I'm hoping he'll win at least someday or make it to a finals of a best of the Super Juniors. The guy is fucking dynamite. I love him, but I don't know. It's like I want to at least get the feeling that all right, it's push Akira towards the top of the division time. Like I want to get that feeling, and I'm not sure I perfectly have that feeling yet. But it's not Akira that's not giving me that feeling. It's maybe Goichi or just New Japan in general because I'm seeing his matches and I'm like, holy shit. He's just kind of embraced this heel, angry, fuck you persona, and it's awesome. Just whenever he needs to, some of those moves have an extra stank on it, like the buzzsaw kick, like on Daiki Nagai and all this kind of stuff. And I think he has one of my favorite submissions right now because imagine if someone did the butterfly lock, but in a modified way, and it looked like it absolutely fucking hurt. So, yeah, I love his moveset. I love his style. I love his personality. I want to see some gold on this man. And unfortunately, If they're going to put gold on him, it might be tag gold. And I'm like, I don't want gold on bag. Get out of here.
Yeah, I think New Japan sees Akira as a tag guy, and that's it, unfortunately.
Yeah,
And I
I don't
mean,
agree.
evidenced by the fact that Desperado, once again, not in his block, and that's stupid. Why? Why are
Why?
they doing that? Like, why do you keep doing that every year? It's like they do that every fucking year, and they should have a singles match at least once a year for sure.
Agreed.
You know,
Yeah,
but they're not gonna, more than likely. But I love Akira. I think he's great. And I kind of with you. I want them to do stuff more with him. Now, I'm not on the whole thing of like, wait a second, they're screwing over United Empire by not giving Akira all the points.
I know.
I'm more like, I just like Akira and I want him to get the win, against everyone. But, at the same time, he's another elevator. And like he understands his role and he's doing his role great. Another wrestler who understands their role and is crushing it in their role and has 0 points is Daiki Nagai. Now, Luke, normally when a wrestler gets replaced in Best of Super Juniors or a tournament like this, it's very clear they don't change the booking. However, in this case, I think they kind of had to, right? Unless everyone in A block was going to beat Doki.
I doubt that was ever going to happen.
Right. They're going to beat Daiki, but not Doki.
Yeah, and you don't know who would have won in Valiente Junior versus Taguchi as well, because that match kind of finished early. So
that's true.
They always have a way of making sure it all equals out to the finish they want. They're masterminds of this stuff. I am no good at maths, as I'd say elsewhere, but I think Daiki Nagai is fucking fantastic. I don't know these. I don't know when someone's ready to leave fully, because like I don't see them backstage like doing all this other kind of stuff or whatever. But get him out of here, for God's sakes. I like how he comes in chill, like he's fucking young Junior Naito, and then before the bell even rings, drop kick.
Every time.
I like the Dynamite Kid. We all do, but that guy did not have the longest career, and it might have been because of some of his moveset. So whilst I do like that headbutt move, you're making me nervous, Daiki Nagai. You don't need to.
Come on. It's a little different. I mean, it's like, I'm pretty sure Dynamite Kid actually used his head. You know what I mean? Like, Daiki Nagai is trying not to die. And, that's a good thing. And I don't think anybody wants him to die. So
he's fantastic. Look, he's a late stage guy, obviously cheap as hell because he's a junior. He's a young lion and all that kind of stuff. But all his matches are exciting. The crowd gets behind him each time. They love him. I love him. He's got his own freaking towel, for God's sakes. Like he's freaking over as a young lion. I think he's got a pretty decent career ahead of him when he comes back on excursion, because he seems to have it all. Like right now, he's a handsome man. You can rock the hair, the facial hair, the trunks, the moveset's there. Why is he still here? Like, leave and come back already, motherfucker. Come on. What do you reckon? He's great, right?
Yeah, I love his tournament. I love the surprise attacks. And, where's Murashima? Murashima back for the G1. That'd be kind of cool, right? It's
too soon, but I'd love it.
Yeah. I know, but I mean, he's, next, Luke, let's talk about a man who has 6 points, who is one of my least favorite wrestlers in this tournament. His name is Nick Wayne. And the reason I don't like him is because his comically terrible selling and his constant wide arms. It's like, with arms wide open, it's that all the time. And it's like, bro, I don't know. I don't know why I don't like him so much, but it's not like heat. It's go away heat. I don't like Nick Wayne. He had very good matches with Robbie X was good. The Fujita match was good. And the Jun Kasai match was fucking great. That's my favorite Jun Kasai match so far. But that's the only, one I can put out there and go, oh, that's a really great Nick Wayne match. And it was different, and I really liked it. And I felt like I think he's a competent wrestler. But I also feel like, and maybe this is mean, but you know, it's hard to be nice about this. I feel like that he is the scraps sent by AEW. You know what I mean? It's like this is like this sounds really shitty, but this is the best you got. This is who you're sending. I mean, come on, man. Like where?
So you want about him, and it's fine, but send Darby Allin in for the best of Super Juniors. You know,
No.
I know. I knew I get that reaction. That's fine.
I don't like him either.
But
so.
I don't know the full card of you know, AEW anymore, so I can't really list other people who have that kind of junior look anymore. So, but if
Speedball Mike Bailey,
there you go.
Clark Connors, you know, I mean, Kevin Knight, if he wasn't like in the title picture and stuff like that and just turned heel last night or whatever. But, you know, I mean, there's guys over there that are stars they could have sent over, but they sent Nick Wah.
Yeah. See, remember them when they sent what was that guy's name they sent before him?
Blake Christian.
No,
right?
not Blake Christian. He's an Asian American gentleman
from AEW.
Yeah, he was with Moxley and Ryan Danielson, and
that guy's Asian American. You're talking about the seatbelt guy.
Yeah,
you know,
at least he was like in a high up faction and kind of getting like pushed and things like that.
Kinda.
He felt a bit higher up than Nick Wayne. Man, send your letters into this podcast and tell me I'm an idiot for not being able to remember this gentleman's name, and I feel bad. But I feel that a bit. I always feel like New Japan's a bit more serious with who it sends over to AEW than AEW is about who it sends over to New Japan.
It was there's Nick Wayne and Wheeler Yuta is the other guy. Which, by the way, you know, fun little fact about me. Years ago, I sponsored a show, and it was the first show in New Jersey from a promotion called Wrestlers Laboratory, and the main event involved Wheeler Yuta. And I was on the phone with the promoter, and he was like, this Wheeler Yuta guy, man, oh shit, he's going to be a top guy one day in the WWEs and stuff. And he was right that the guy would be signed, and he was right that the guy was good, but he was wrong about the top guy thing.
2 out of 3 ain't bad.
It's true.
I think for you and me, I'm going to put some words in your mouth, so you can tell me I'm wrong straight away if you like. But I think for you and me, one of our ways in to a wrestler isn't always their offense. It's how they take moves. It's their selling. And I don't mind some cartoon selling because I'll see Show or Evil do cartoon selling, but I'll also see them intermix that with proper fucking selling, you know, of like, holy shit, that looks like it hurt them, etc. You know, things like that. Nick Wayne has, yes, very animated arms, kind of selling, and yeah, I don't like it. If you can't take moves, I'm probably not going to be too enamored with you giving them either. So he's had good matches. I'm not going to totally bury him, but yeah, I'm not fully on his side either.
Yeah, he sucks. Jun Kasai doesn't suck, Luke. He has 8 points. That's pretty respectable. I thought he lost all his matches. I was shocked to see that. I have to say, his match with Nick Wayne was fucking great. And like, I didn't like many of his matches though. I like that one. I can't. Maybe the Robbie X one and the Fujita one, but the rest of them, I was like, nah, not for me, man. I love Jun Kasai. He can go, and when he wants to go, he goes. But a lot of it is like, you know, hey, I'm gonna hit you, I'm gonna stab you with a fork, and we gotta chump out Chumpy right and left. So, you know, there's a little bit of that I'm not a big fan of. He's good at the comedy though, and he really does a good job with that stuff. So, but the Nick Wayne match was really good, and I'm just happy to see Jun Kasai because the crowd is so happy to see him in New Japan proper, right? We've seen him on Takataichi Mania. You know, we've seen him on, you know, the Desperado show, but we've never really seen him in New Japan. Maybe one time he was in New Japan, like proper. And so this is like a really big, you know, signature of endorsement from New Japan on Jun Kasai, and he should be in the same block his Desperado. I don't know why. Again, they didn't do that, but here we are.
Yeah, I agree with that. Look, I like Jun Kasai, but I think what I would have liked is to see other sides of Jun Kasai rather than, all right, he's got a comedy side. Cool. Totally dig that. And he's got the hardcore side. I knew that already. But, I'm not expecting him to do Zack Sabre Jr. length, like fucking chains of technical wrestling and stuff. All you need to do is show a few shades of some different stuff, I guess. He just wants to turn every match into a hardcore match as soon as he bloody well can. And I like my wrestling with bits and pieces of hardcore wrestling. I don't always want it to be like if ECW was just that. I wouldn't have watched so much of it. You know what I mean? And all that kind of stuff. So I'm enjoying him, but I guess I just wanted to see other sides of him as well, and I'm not quite getting that. Does that make sense?
Maybe we will. Maybe we will. You know, he's still got matches left versus, let's see here. He's still got to face Master Huato. He's got to face Taguchi, and he's got to face Akira. So that'll be a lot of fun. I think Akira will get fucking crazy. And I'm ready to see Akira get a little fucking crazy, you know.
Especially since
let's get nuts, you know.
Akira and Vegeta busted each other open in their match, you know. So
that was fun. Yeah, that night had 2 matches with blood in it.
Oh yeah,
that's weird for Best of Super Juniors. But Luke, so that's A block. You know, Teton in the lead, Daiki Nagai bringing up the caboose. The most recent show that we watched was at the Kyoto KBS Hall. And Luke, that is the venue that has the giant stained glass window that depicts like Noah's Ark or some shit from the Bible. I heard that people maybe didn't like this place. So I had to scour the internet to find out if that was in fact the case. And when I say people don't like it, I mean people that went there. And it turns out a couple people went there and they had some opinions and they wrote them on the internet. Luke, I sent you one of those reviews. Can you read to me the Google review for Kyoto KBS Hall, please?
Yes, I can. Lion face, lemon face. All right, here we go.
I didn't put that in the review. That part was not in the review. So just
no, of course. Mm-hmm. Everyone knows that. It's just me pumping myself up. Cell phone reception is completely unavailable inside the hall, so you can't use your phone. The facility is old and dilapidated, even older than a rural community center, and the toilets are dirty. The nearest convenience store is more than a 5-minute walk away. 1 star.
There's a run-on sentence in there. The facility is old and dilapidated, comma, even older than a rural community center, comma, and the toilets are dirty. Talking like comparing it to a rural community center number 7, you know, or whatever the fuck. That's fucked up, man. That's way fucked up. These people did not like it there.
Hey, and a rural community center is not going to have a fucking convenience store 5 minutes away either. It's going to be fucking like half an hour away, like 2 hours away. Like, get out of here.
That shit's going to be dilapidated as fuck. You know? What the hell?
Those skeletons.
Yes, yeah, load-bearing skeletons crumbled years ago. You know what I mean? So they've been standing up there for so long. But Luke, I also have the opinion of someone that was from the internet here that went to Kyoto KBS Hall. The stained glass is very beautiful, but the toilets are dirty and smelly. 2 stars.
Wait. The extra stars for the stained glass, I guess.
Yeah, you get 1 star for the stained glass. You know, you can't give a 0-star review. So 1 star for the stained glass, but you lose all those stars because the toilets are dirty and smelly. Jesus Christ.
Fucking hell. Those are some stank toilets. Oh my goodness. All right, so we are up to B block. I've enjoyed both blocks, but no, I've enjoyed both blocks. So I don't know which one I've enjoyed more than the other. Maybe
I don't have an opinion on this one. This one's more even Steven than the other.
Yeah, absolutely.
Doesn't have fucking Teton in it.
But the top listed person in this block, I found the thing that you found now, so
You did.
I'm smart, is Mr. El Desperado. What have you thought of El Despe?
Well, he has 6 points, Luke. And I thought his match versus Robbie Eagles was the one. That was the one. You know, it was so good because it's fuck your leg. It's classic New Japan Best of Super Juniors. However, we're going to talk. I'll stop myself. I really like the match versus Show, and I really like the match versus Hio. Hio is awesome. I have to say this before I forget because I might forget to say it about him, but he has something that like none of the best Super Juniors, like the New Japan guys have, is a physique. If you watch this tournament, you'll notice like none of the like mainstay New Japan guys have any kind of physique. They just look like guys. You know, like Master Wado, no physique. Desperado,
Maybe Ishimori.
zero physique. Well, yeah. Yo, not. I mean, Yo has a little bit of physique, but I mean, most of these guys are not chipped out of marble like Hio is. But anyway, El Desperado, tremendous wrestler, not having bad matches, crushing it when he's in the main event. You know, he's doing the thing he does every year.
Yeah, absolutely. His match with Eagles was awesome, and it kind of went exactly how I wanted it to because they've been having, hey, you beat my ass for the junior tag titles. Well, I got my kind of revenge there. The Ishimori match was just fucking fantastic. Hyo's, I think what you're looking for is Hyo looks like a fucking Adonis.
Yeah. Like one of his, like part of his interest is just like revealing his chest and everyone going, oh, I approve. Yes.
You know when Tanahashi does it, but it doesn't quite work because he's an older man now and he's gotten a bit older and
now. Yes.
Yeah. Hyo he might have this fun kind of game. We'll talk about him later, but yeah, Despe's been Despe. Absolutely wonderful, fantastic match quality. I've been enjoying him greatly. Now there is another gentleman who, man, I think we just say this every year, and I've already said this already, but Kushida is on 2 points. Let him out of the doghouse. What have you thought of Kushida?
Every match is different. So like every single one, and I don't remember which was which, but like at one point he was like, I'm not wrestling with shoes. And so then like other people were like, okay, well, I'm gonna take my shoes off, and then that's just used as like part of the match. And then he has this thing where like he starts using his sock to get people. Like as far as like he's in a hold and then he pulls his sock and puts it on his hand. And the Japanese commentary says Sako. And I can't tell if they're saying Mr. Sako or if they're just saying sock O like they do in Japan where they just add an O to everything to make it sound awesome. I love that. Jeff Cabo, you know what I mean? I just
Absolutely.
love that. I can't tell. But in the show match in particular, that was so fucking good. The way that they worked in that sock thing to the holds and everything and how it ended up like blowing up in Show's face, but then he ended up winning anyway. And oh man, that shit was amazing. Kushida versus Hio. And there was a spot in that match where Hio has this like stuffed animal that is on a leash. It's like a little cheetah or something like that. And like him and Kushida are like fighting over that, and it gets thrown by Kushida or by Hio, I can't remember, like during a move, and it lands hanging from the ropes. Like, and all Japanese commentary is like, somebody save it! It's hanging, The guys are wrestling. That shit was like one of the best spots of the Best of Super Juniors so far. And I love everything Kushida's doing. Everything he does is great. I just wish he'd win more. But at the same time, like I said, this is the role he's in, and man, he knows what's up. He knows how to do it.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, he is the Filipino World Heavyweight Champion, and his first match, I think it was against Robbie Eagles, and Robbie Eagles is apparently part Filipino.
Aha.
So. And I think they've both worked in the Philippines as well. I'd be surprised if Robbie Eagles hasn't worked there. I think he's the kind of guy who works kind of everywhere in this part of the world, from Japan all the way kind of down. You know what I mean? To Australia and stuff. So be shocked. And so I guess it's a thing in the Philippines where you kind of take your shoes off and you go for it. So
Oh,
that's how it
okay.
started.
Got it.
Sometimes the English is pretty good, but then his next match I think was against a piece of shit heel. It will think it was the show match, and show's just like, hey, when you take your shoes off, bitch.
That match was so good. Oh man, that
Yeah,
was fantastic.
and I loved Kushida versus Robbie Eagles, and that's the only match Kushida's won. And pains me seeing my boy Eagles lose, but dude, that match for me was art. I loved it. It was these two absolute fucking pros just doing their thing and being absolutely fucking dope as they did it. So I loved that match, and I loved that show match. That was great. Show match as well. Now, the only thing, I think the biggest heartbreak I've had this tournament is seeing him lose against Bag, and yeah. Oh my goodness, yeah. So we'll get to him, I guess. We'll have to speak about him more than we ever have.
We'll see.
but but before we do that, I guess it's time for me to talk for a couple of minutes, I guess, about this next gentleman, and his name is Yo. He is on 6 points. What have you thought of Mr. Playboy?
Well, last year, Yo came out in a Rainmaker jacket made of plastic bags with the brand, one of the brands of plastic bags on it. It was confusing. I didn't understand. This year, he comes out with a Jeff Jarrett inspired outfit made out of Playboy magazine, like strips of plastic. I don't know. It's very strange. I'm confused. I'm even more confused about it. What kind of magazine is Playboy in Japan? I have no idea. You know what I mean? Like, is it because I know nowadays it's like a men's, lifestyle magazine, and it's not about titties anymore because they got in trouble because they were bad. You see, not the titties, the people that ran that awful place there, that Hugh Hefner guy's piece of shit. But anyway, so like what I don't understand what it's about. I don't really care. It's mega heat though. Especially the Jeff Jarrett part with the like strips that come down over his chest.
Yes.
He takes that off before he wrestles, thank goodness. Otherwise, I would have to turn it off. I would be so angry. I just have to turn it off. But his wrestling's been fantastic. His match versus Show was awesome. It felt fresh and different. His match versus Hio was excellent. His match versus Ishimori and Eagles was fantastic. He also wrestled Bag.
Yeah, like my problem with Yo's never been his in-ring match quality. It isn't. It never has been. So, and hey, I I love that Eagles match too, especially since like Eagles won, but man, that match was fucking awesome. So it pains me to say this, and it also pained me to say also that man, I'm sick of this matchup. But my God, did Show versus Yo kind of rule this year? It fucking did. It did. You're right. They mixed it up, and I wasn't just. He hasn't pissed me off too much. I don't know how, and except for just how he looks with the Jeff Jarrett look. Like I'm not a huge Jeff Jarrett mark.
No, Jeff
So
Jarrett sucks. Great wrestler, but like he's got go away heat and always has. So it's like, no,
yeah.
you don't want Jeff Jarrett. Get the fuck away from me, Jeff Jarrett.
So yeah, no, I'm not gonna shit on it, and look, I'm gonna have to watch this gentleman win the best of Super Juniors someday. Can we just make it this year and just get it over with and move on, please? My
I
God.
mean, no, let's wait till after we stop doing the podcast if that
All
ever
right.
happens, and then Yo can win stuff because I don't want to talk about it,
Yeah, absolutely, and that'll bring us to a gentleman that I hope wins. And I mean, I'm not going to be too mad if he doesn't. But man, God, I hope Taiji Ishimori wins a best of the Super Juniors at some point. He's on 6 points. He's not that far away from it. No one's above 6 points anyway, so he's within spitting distance, of course. I think he's been great. How have you thought of Taiji Ishimori?
He's always awesome. The match versus Desperado, fuck your leg versus fuck your arm. The match versus Yo is great. He gets to face Robbie Eagles here next. That'll be fantastic. He beat Kanemaru, which is a lot of fun. That one was awesome because it involved some chicanery on his end that end up, he got to do the super back kick low blow thing that he does, which is awesome. I love that. And I am reserving all thoughts and mentions of Daisuke Sasuke until we get to him.
I've been doing that too, to be honest, because we'll get there. But I love Ishimori. I love that Taiji has just due to circumstances, he's now a face. It's just organic wrestling circumstances and how people have left, things have changed, factions have, and all that. And now he's a face, but he's also Taiji Ishimori, and he's going to kick you in the nuts and shit like that. Besides, it's Kanemaru, so anyone cheats against a House of Torture guy, it's automatically okay, and you get cheered for it.
Yeah,
it doesn't,
Gato was on commentary for that match, and he did the Gato clutch to win right in front of Gato and was like, yeah! And Gato's like, oh, I love it. I love it.
That's right. Awesome. I love it, motherfucker!
Yeah.
I wish he said motherfucker more on commentary.
I know! You don't even say it. It's bullshit, Oh, man.
Yeah, exactly. So, the next gentleman, he's only on 4 points, but for me, he might as well be on 30 because he's just absolutely amazing. And apparently,
30 out of a possible 14. So.
Yeah, he's the non-Japanese guy who's been in the most best of the Super Juniors tournaments now.
That's awesome.
It is friend of the show, Mr. Robbie Eagles. Oh my God, you know what I think about him already. I fucking love him. So I'm going first. Fuck you. I think he's absolutely crushed it in both wins and losses. And he's had a few too many losses against, but he lost against both Sho and Kanemaru, which was just kind of interesting. So the heels have kind of outwitted him and stuff. His Kushida match was just freaking phenomenal. The Yo match was awesome. And oh my God, that Desperado match as well. So every match he's had has been great. Also a little different as well. So he's willing to go down with get down with the shenanigans of a House of Torture style match and kind of really pull off that kind of style. But then, I'm getting technical with Kushida. Oh my God, I'm doing lots of reversal chain wrestling with Yo. Oh, holy shit! And then we're doing fuck you submission swapsies with Desperado, and I'm just like, Jesus Christ, this is fucking incredible. So, yeah, big fan of Robbie Eagles. He's a mainstay for them for the best of the Super Juniors, and yeah, I don't know. Like I see him as a more of a top guy of the division than I guess New Japan does. But yeah, it is what it is.
Well, if the winner of the Shingo of the Juniors Award for A Block is Fujita, the winner of the Shingo of B Block Award is Robbie Eagles so far, because he is an elevator,
Yeah.
And he always is, and he crushes. And even when he's in guys that are better than him, he still somehow makes everything look better. And I don't know, he's fantastic.
Yeah, he really is. I look forward to each and every match, and yeah, he's like, I think maybe they do see him as a pretty big asset. I mean, you wouldn't. They had him had Fujita travel on some of his excursion to Australia with Robbie Eagles and things like that as well. So he's soaking up whatever Robbie Eagles putting down like a freaking sponge, and it's working. And Robbie Eagles, one of the things he does do in Australia is he helps train wrestlers. So, he's good at that. And I think Japan's seeing evidence of that right now. It's like It's funny, like Robbie Eagles, older grizzled veteran. I see as a top guy. Unfortunately, he's also in a faction with Koso Fujita, who's got this kind of young prodigy kind of it factor, and and deservedly so. New Japan's going to strap a rocket to that young kid, and away we go. I'm stalling. I know I'm stalling because next, man, I can actually see his name in front of my face because it's written down on the screen.
No.
But it is a Brian Austin Green. He's on way too many points for.
He won twice, and you're like, no.
Dude, just straight up, what were we saying about Robbie X? We are not just seeing him do better than he did last year's Best of Super Juniors, and put it this way, he was great. He might have had the most fun, silly spot of that whole tournament. The flippy. He was on the receiving end of the Ninja Mac long apron spot, which was absolutely incredible. But with Robbie X, like, this is career defining shit we're seeing from him. And I remember when Great Khan started, I'm just like, oh man, I don't know about this guy. And now I love Great Khan. I love his moveset, his unpredictability, awesome. So I can change from someone. Bolton Oleg, I shot on him for quite a while, and I quite like him now. I want to see Bag do something. Like, show me something, motherfucker. Show me something.
Luke, unfortunately, Bag has been paired with someone who has like way more charisma and is way better at his spot than he is, and that is Zane J. Zane J has accomplished something amazing. Every time he comes out, sometimes twice in the same night, he's seconding, his United Empire brethren, and he has a different outfit on that is just makes you angry as soon as you see it. Like every time. And like Zane J gets way more heat than Bag could ever get. And I love Zane J for it. So if anything, like this whole thing is progressing Zane J. And that's okay with me. If that's if we have to watch Bag like win a match versus somebody to get that, then okay. You know what I mean? That's fine. Because it's Zane J that's getting him the win, not Bag.
It's telling when I throw to you and you want to talk more about Zane J. And that's the thing. Like, Zane J is the most memorable thing in Bag matches, whereas he is a part of an Akira match, if that makes sense, because Akira's he doesn't need help from a valet or charisma, but teammates, you support each other. That's great. Yeah, no, it's apples and oranges, I guess. Yeah, if he turns around and he turns around and starts showing me something, I'm going to stop shitting on him, but I'm not there yet. And I want to go.
He's not fucking up. He's not fucking shit up. No. He's where he's supposed to be. That's the best thing I can say about him. Luke, who's the next wrestler?
The next wrestler is a guy that I think is the top heel in the junior division. He is. Like, apart from Doki, of course. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But in terms of the best of the Super Juniors, after Doki, it is this guy. His name is Sho, and I think he has something that he's still managing to do it that Evil has. Evil knew to mix up the cheating. All right, we've done this spot too much. Switch it up. All right, I've done this combination of this too many times in a row. I'm going to add this to it, or I'm going to just do something different. Sho has that. He has that kind of acumen to be like, yeah, people say it's like the same old cheating and stuff like that for House of Torture guys. I'm like, when was the last time you saw a big chain stretch?
Yeah.
Stupid
people.
Yeah.
Like saying stuff.
Yeah. Eat some bag poop. Like,
yeah. Eat a bag of poop. Eat a bag of Bag's poop.
That's right. And light it on fire. So
we're going to set it on fire.
He called the shit poop.
I love that. That's fun.
So I don't know. Like, that's how I've always felt about him. How have you felt about Sho this tournament?
He's awesome. He comes out with a wig on for some reason now. He's got so much bullshit he brings out to the ring, and none of it is anything. It's all distraction, so he can get that wrench out every time.
Yeah,
It's so funny. And what? So the first night, for some reason, Gino was still in Japan, I guess, and so they're like, "Hey, come on, do Best of Super Juniors," And so he was there with some other guy. And whenever like a heel would do something dastardly, of course, Gino would have a explanation. And Show get out the wrench, and he's like, "He's trying to fix the ring." So he's
absolutely fantastic. He's so good, isn't he?
that made me piss my pants
Fucking
laughing
love Gino.
so hard. He's like, "There's something wrong with the ring. This guy's just trying to fix it. What's everybody's fucking problem?" And that shit is amazing. Every time he gets the wrench out, I think, "Oh, he's just trying to fix the ring." And like, I don't know, show matches are highly entertaining. When he faced Kushida, I thought he wasn't even getting on the mic because he did his old entrance. He did his entrance when he used to be a serious babyface and with the nerds. He came out, he's doing his stretches and stuff, and Kushida came out and he started taking his shoes off like this is serious business, and he gets on the mic and instead of talking shit, he was like, "This is really important and we're gonna have a great match here," and all this stuff. And they cheated immediately. I just love the longer that setup can go, the better it is. The longer the setup of, "Oh, I'm not going to cheat. I'm not going to cheat." And then, and then he cheats is great. Also, he faced, didn't he face, him and Kanemaru wrestled, and that shit was amazing. It's always good when the heel factions wrestle each other. Kanemaru pretended like he was going to lay down, then he didn't, of course. And that's the one, that was the match that Gino got to do commentary on. So fucking funny, man. Oh, that was great.
I love that match because he made Kanemaru spit whiskey into the ref's eyes, and the ref, he's blind, but he's calling for the freaking bell at the same time, disqualifying him. And I'm going to put him over again. Yo's finish with Show. I mean, everyone has a at least sometime in their career an Eddie spot win, right? And
yeah,
this one was really well done because Yo got hold of the spanner, banged it on the freaking ground, said, "Ah!" and then laid down unconscious after he threw it back to Show. And
he was trying to fix the ring.
Yeah, and Chumpy turns around. He's heard the heard the bang on the mat. Sees Show with the spanner. He's just like, "Yeah, I'm not falling for this again. What am I? I'm not Kenta Sato. Get out of here!" Bing, ding, 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 ding.
He's like, "You're not trying to fix the ring."
Yeah, and I just really really love that finish. Yeah, he's an absolute freaking blast. Whether he's winning or losing, and this is what's going to happen. Show's going to be in the running to be at the top of the block or almost at the top of the block the whole tournament, and he's either going to just miss the finals or he's going to lose in the finals, and that's pretty much a spot Evil had for his more of a heel run. And there's another parallel between Evil and Show because Show started off as a bit more of a bump machine / more of a suplexy kind of junior kind of never guy, and Evil was always had a strong offense and this kind of tough guy kind of vibe to him. So they both have that, but I feel like they're both creative dudes, and he's shining. Show is shining in this spot, and the loss of Evil hasn't stopped him from kind of shining in this House of Torture douchebag. I want to punch this guy in the face cheating role. I fucking love it. Yeah, I've got a lot of time for Show. And speaking of House of Torture, on 4 points, it's the guy who's probably going to get Taguchi amount of points and spoil someone's entry into the finals towards the end, as he does every year. It is your steady hand. It is Mr. Fuck Your Leg. It is the man the Gambit is named after. It is Yoshinobu Kanemaru. How have you thought of Kanemaru this year?
He's always great. He's always great. The Ishimori match was a lot of fun. The show match that we already talked about. He also wrestled Bag. Fuck Your Leg versus Fuck Your Leg match versus Robbie Eagles was fantastic as well. I don't know. Kanemaru, what could be said about Kanemaru that we haven't already said, Luke?
Yeah, he's fantastic. The story is there because apparently Kanemaru almost always beats Ishimori as well, no matter what. And this time, hey, it didn't go that way, so that's pretty cool. He wins the fuck your leg battle with Eagles, which is kind of cool. He's the kind of guy that you know they're never going to make the junior champion in New Japan, but he's a threat every time he's in the ring. Like every time, he can beat absolutely anytime, and it's kind of, man, isn't that a kind of good way to be? Like you're a wrestler that you could always be losing, but you're still seen of as a threat. Like that's
Right?
got to be some kind of talent.
That's the ultimate like heel, the guy that can constantly get egg on his face, but every time he's in the ring, he's a threat, right? That's
Yeah,
like that is the ultimate heel. It's the best heel you can have out there, other than the monster heel who never loses. You know, that just destroys everybody.
that's it.
That's also a good character.
He is the heel master, so it makes sense. So now we've got a guy who I see him, and at first I'm like, okay, you're Dragon Gate's fucking Hiromu, I guess, mascot and everything.
Kinda.
And then I watch him wrestle, and yeah, he's really won me over. His name is Hyo. He's only on 4 points, but my God, this guy doesn't just bring the athleticism. He brings like the kind of, I guess the way to describe it is a Taguchi level of fun, if that makes sense. You're like, there's a huge, like, he puts a smile on your face. Then he does some, maybe not quite like Taguchi. He does some highly skilled athletic shit. I'm not saying Taguchi's unathletic, but you know what I mean. Like he's
not as much of a high flyer as he used
there we
to
go.
be, you know.
Thank you. But what he like, I think we've let the cat out of the bag. He's got a cat with him, I guess. Earlier, but I think he's great. Out of all the Japanese guys that aren't New Japan guys in this in the best of Super Juniors, he's my favorite.
Yeah, no doubt. You know, the gimmick with the cat is so funny. And like he's got a connection with the crowd instantly. You know, that like it's a sympathetic connection. So when people fuck with him, the crowd's like, no, don't you dare fuck with him, no matter who it is. And I like that about him. Everyone's playing into that. And of course, beating up his stuffed animal or just beating him up in general, you know. But the dude can sell, the dude can do all the flippy shit. He's got the monster physique, and he is the perfect size for Best of Super Juniors. I think I agree with you that he is the standout of the like new guys, the Best of Super Juniors.
Yeah, I feel like he's in the Dragon Dyer spot.
Definitely.
Whereas like because Dyer comes out, makes himself look great, but his points aren't that high, and Hyo's in that kind of that spot as well. But you're gonna remember him, and hey, he's also, you know, like, you don't know which pretty boy he's gonna make out with next. You're like, whoa. So he's very charismatic and flamboyant, and he gets the pageantry of wrestling. Man, I want to see more of him after this tournament. And yeah, oh man, I'm stalling again.
His match versus Yo was fantastic. I would recommend that match for sure. Luke, that's it, right? There's nobody else we could talk about, right? We don't.
Yeah, there's a gentleman before this tournament started when we just got like who's going to be in the tournament, and I see a photo of this guy, and I mentioned like, and we both had a bit of a chuckle about it. He's like, this guy looks like Japanese Raven, and I'm a huge Raven mark.
Well,
so
you say that every time you see him. Yes.
Yeah, not an insult. I absolutely loved Raven. He hasn't been cancelled, has he, Raven? Please don't tell me he has. All right. So if he's been cancelled, no, he's a pizza. But if he hasn't, I still love him.
Sure.
But he has that kind of vibe about him as well. Like I don't know. And then
I don't care vibe.
Yeah.
You know,
but that's supposed to just be a vibe. It's not necessarily supposed to, transfer into your in ring.
I don't get it, dude. I don't get what's he doing here. I don't get it.
Yeah, I have not warmed up to him, and I guess what hasn't also ingratiated me to him is, I guess, him beating Desperado and Kishida in quick succession, and I'm just like, Desperado. If you're a New Japan wrestler, Desperado seems to be that one guy you can never beat, and then you finally beat him. But if you're from outside of New Japan, seems like you could beat him just fine. Because I remember being pissed off Nick Wayne beat him fucking last year.
I think that also these guys are friends, and Desperado's
Yeah.
like, listen, I want to put this guy over. And I get it. Like, we've seen this guy do deathmatch stuff, and it was pretty good. I don't know what he's doing here. I mean, I don't mean to be a dick, but I don't really feel like, is he one of the best, the Super Juniors in the world? I don't think so, man. You know? Sorry, but I just don't think so. I mean, what match has been great that he's had?
Dude, when we were talking about all the other wrestlers, I was doing it, I think subconsciously, but you were consciously doing it. We weren't talking about Daisuke Sasaki's matches. Like, we were just saying, Yo's had a great match against
everyone but him. Yeah.
Ishimori. Yes. Despe. Yep.
Hey, I'm ready to see what he's got. I haven't seen it yet. If this is what he's got, I don't want to see it.
Yeah, agreed. I'm not enamored with him at all. And I'm not sure I can put a definitive kind of, that's great podcasting, like a definitive kind of articulation on it as to why I think this guy sucks.
Well, let's compare him to someone who is similar in a way, but has charisma, is Jun Kasai.
Yeah.
They're similar wrestlers in a lot of ways. Like, Jun Kasai is limited. He's not going to fucking do 50 flips. He is going to jump off of stuff and be crazy, but he's not going to do, there's not going to be some like masterful, master class on submissions like you said before, but he's got the charisma to overcome that. And then
Absolutely.
This is what Daisuke is lacking, in my opinion, is charisma of any kind. And he also doesn't seem to have the wrestling skill either. So it's like, again, I ask, what's he doing here? He's friends with Desperado. It's almost better than being friends with Naito nowadays. So
I mean, look at Doki, two-time champion, paid his dues, two-time champ now. Yeah, I mean, I would have been happy if Daisuke wasn't here and we had another Dragon Dia run. Dia versus Hyo. Oh my god.
Yeah. I would rather have Tiger Mask than Daisuke.
I think so, yeah.
And I think that would make a lot more sense, but he couldn't do it.
Look, I know we shit on Tiger Mask because, like, hey, he's had his time. He's getting a bit old now, and he's a bit of an old grumpy dick bag. But
of dicks that are grumpy.
Yeah, but when he does one of his kind of stiff kicks or something like that, I swear to God, I laugh almost every single time. Like, I'm like, oh my God, you're an asshole.
He isn't wearing kick pads either, so that shit hurts when he kicks people. Bastard. It hurts real bad. So.
Yeah, and no one's gonna fucking have a go at him. He's a old veteran legend, and he's going pretty soon anyway. So yeah, no, I think I agree. Yeah. Oh man, it sucks that he's the last guy we get to talk about because he's been so uninteresting. He's uninteresting.
No charisma. That's the problem. Like, I'm sorry, but Guyliner doesn't get you charisma. That doesn't get you over with me. You gotta make that Guyliner pop with your charisma.
At least Bag's got Zane J with him, Like,
that's what I'm saying. He needs Zane J. He did have, or no, it was Hio one night had a guy from Dragon Gate that was there like ringside and didn't play any role, but was like, I am also a handsome guy from Dragon Gate. Look at me, So had nothing to do with Daisuke Sasuke. So
yeah. So I guess my final question, I got two final questions, but my first final question is who, just like a bit of a fantasy dream book, you don't have to go super into mega predictions, but you got your thinking fantasy dream book hat on. Who do you think could win this tournament?
Doki's gonna win everything.
Yeah.
Doki should win. In fact, just like Gino said, they should cancel the tournament, and every night they should just have Doki on a throne and let the people see him. And that's who's going to win Best of Super Juniors 33. And therefore, by that, we will win. So
I think there's only two types of people that can win, and one of them is Taiji Ishimori, and the other type of person I think could win is someone that has a story with the champion. Like, it's got to be someone that makes sense to wrestle Doki for the title.
okay.
And look,
Doki can't wrestle himself, Luke.
No, but when you think of wrestlers that have a ready-made feud with Mr. Doki, I know he's already won one, but hey, Vegeta doesn't need to win another Best of Super Juniors for a while. I think Master Wato does. and then I think you need to put a title on him. Like, just something, like, because I think he's great in ring, but I think they stumbled when they didn't make him the Grandmaster, beating Hiromu. In fact, I think that knocked him back down the card, and they've had to build him back up again. Winning the tournament isn't necessarily always the thing. You've got to also add the thing on top of that, which is the title.
And he didn't win it last time. So
no, he did not. Vegeta didn't, but you don't need to bring him back up. For some reason, it's kind of stuck. You know, like his spot he's solidified somehow. It's the look as well, and the punk attitude, I guess. Whereas Paul Wato just looks adorable, doesn't he?
He's looking less adorable these days and more like a man. He is a man. Okay.
Now you're a man.
He is not a boy. So now you're a man. A man. Luke, I would like Vegeta to win Best of Super Juniors and win the title. That's what I would like to have happen. However, we'll see what happens. You know, I don't usually make predictions, so I'm not gonna.
All right.
You know,
cool. And I guess my final question is, what do you think? What if you you kind of asked me at the start. I don't know if I asked you back. What have you thought of the Best of Super Juniors 33?
Well, here's what I think about it.